Good morning. Welcome back to Fab 50s, Florida. And today we're going to be talking about walking for weight loss. And we just walked down to Oakland Town Center, which is right next to Winter Garden. And we live just outside of that in Winter Garden. And it was dark when we left, and it's just absolutely beautiful. It's a beautiful little town, and it's a great spot to walk, especially this early in the morning. It is not even 6:30, so we were hoping to try to catch the sunrise. Me and my trusty Windsor. There he is. So today we're going to talk about walking and walking for weight loss, because especially when we hit menopause, I don't know about you ladies, but I can tell you right now that it has been a challenge. It has just menopause in general has been a challenge, but also trying to stay fit, stay motivated to stay fit, trying to stay healthy, trying to stay on track, because you have all of your regular life activities, right? Your job, your kids, your family, your pets, you're moving like I did, whatever it is that you're doing day to day, right? You have a lot of challenges and a lot of regular things that you're doing. And then on top of that, your body is kind of betraying you. You feel like, I have serious brain fog. Speaking of brain fog, Windsor's trying to pee, and he actually has no more pee left. So he's wondering what he should do. So it's just really, it's a lot. It's very confusing. It's very isolating, because I feel like I wasn't warned about this. I wasn't warned about the all of the implications that come with menopause. For sure, you hear about the hot flashes. Everybody talks about that, and because they're real. Oh my God, are they real? However, there's just so much more than that, because the hot flashes generally come and go. I know everybody experiences them differently, and they are more intense for some people, last a lot longer. But I didn't know that I wasn't going to be able to sleep well. I've always been a good sleeper. I didn't know that I was going to put on weight just for fun. I've always struggled with my weight, but the way that I've gained weight and not been able to lose it in menopause, very, very different. I didn't know that I'd be so irritable for no reason. I didn't know about the bloating. I didn't know about the pain. I certainly didn't know about the racing thoughts and sometimes panic attacks. That is something that's very new to me, and that honestly caught me off guard so much that I thought there was something really, really wrong, like to the point where things weren't going to be okay. No, we're crossing. So I know that more people now are talking about menopause. Hopefully more people are doing research on it, but I will say that it's not something that I was educated enough about. My doctors didn't educate me enough. I don't remember reading about it or hearing about it enough. So women, we need to take care of ourselves, and part of that is weight loss or weight management, or honestly just movement. I don't know if we're not going up there. Or honestly just us staying fit and active and healthy in our 50s and beyond. And a lot of that can really be resolved by walking. If we're walking, we are staying active, we are staying mobile, we are using all of our muscle groups. It's a good aerobic activity, and if you do it here in Florida, heading into June, you could sweat like a banshee like me too. You can just be pouring buckets of sweat. So it can certainly be aerobic enough. And obviously you could do a slow pace, you could do a faster pace, but I used to walk and run actually in New York for quite a while. And I will say it took a toll on my feet and my knees and my ankles and those kind of things, but it really did feel good. It really did. So you don't have to be a runner. You don't have to, and when I say runner, I'm using that word very, very, very generously. I was not a runner. I jogged. I jogged. And I just did it for health. I didn't run marathons. I didn't do anything competitive, not by any stretch. But my point is, that did take a toll on my joints, and you don't necessarily have to do that. You don't have to beat up your joints the same way. Some people do it for years, and that's great. My body is obviously not made for that, because walking just suits me better. And walking can suit you better too. And studies have shown that even if you just do it for 5 to 10 minutes a day, that really can make a big difference on your cardio health, on your blood sugar, which that I didn't know. I just read that recently. But you should really be thinking about ways that you can incorporate walking in the morning. I know everybody works and it's very, very busy in the morning, but maybe you can do it just for 5-10 minutes in the morning. Maybe you could just stretch in the morning, and then at lunch break at work you can take a little walk. But definitely try to incorporate it in the evening, then after dinner. Just little pieces. Just maybe just around the block. Just around the block once, and then you're done. And then maybe tomorrow you do it around the block and a few extra steps or another house. And you just build it up where you're doing it for about hopefully 15-20 minutes a day, and maybe even more, because that would be ideal. Ideally, you want to get up to at least a half an hour to an hour, and that is really ambitious, I know that, but it's okay. Then if you can't do a half an hour to an hour a day, do your 10 to 15 minutes and do a half an hour on the weekend. Do an hour on the weekend. But your body's going to thank you. It really will, especially if you're in menopause. Like I said, it's just such a wonky time when your body's doing things that it wasn't meant to do, things that you didn't agree for it to do, and things that it wasn't doing yesterday. So, but not only can it keep your body moving, can it keep you limber, can it keep you refreshed, as far as your muscles. I'm trying to get Windsor over here. Come here. I had to do a little reconfiguration with Windsor over there. But not only can it keep you limber as far as your joints and your muscles and keeping your heart pumping, it's really, really good for your mind. Walking is such a great way to clear your head, see nature, and just smell all the smells, see all the sights, and touch grass, like they say. We're often stuck inside of an office all day. We're often stuck taking care of our family, taking care of our kids, whatever we're doing, and we forget to just take time and walk on our own and enjoy the heck out of Mother Nature, the trees, the birds, wildlife. And here in Central Florida, we have a lot of wildlife that we can talk about another time. But I would love to hear from you guys, from everyone out there, what your number one wildlife adventure was when you moved, whether it was to Florida or somewhere else, because I know people are so obsessed with seeing gators when they get here. That's an aside. But related to that, we would walk forever to go to try to see a gator. Just like the most exciting thing. Coming from New York, you would never see one. But we got our steps in then. And then thirdly, my last piece really is about walking and taking care of yourself and making sure that you're trying to do it every day. But you don't have to be obsessed about it. Counting steps, that's great if that's something that's meaningful to you. That's not meaningful to me. It's about the time, because if I'm out for 20 minutes, sometimes 20 minutes is just going. Like, we're going. Sometimes it's 20 minutes and we have only actually walked for about 10 or 15 because Windsor over here decided that he wanted to stop for about 5 of it. You know, I'm not going to sit here and be obsessed about counting the steps. I just don't find that helpful. Some people might, and if you do, kudos to you. I encourage you to do that. And there are some really great step counters that you can get and that do it all for you. And obviously you don't have to worry about it. You know, the Apple Watch, Fitbit, there's a million of them. I really don't know because, again, that's not my focus. So walking for weight loss. Every day, walk a little bit. Be conscious of what it is that you're eating. Be conscious of how you're moving your body. Make sure that you're getting out into nature whenever you can. And enjoy life. Enjoy. And I just also need to say, because people say, oh, well, you're walking now for weight loss, which I am, and I'm being very transparent about that. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not an exercise physiologist. I'm not suggesting that I know better than anyone else. I did my own research. I know that I love walking. I know that I've never heard anyone say anything bad about, walking too much. But what I will say is, if something else is better for you, try that. You know, I love my bike. I love going out on my bicycle. I love doing that. But you do what works for you. You do whatever you think is best for you after you speak to your doctors, you speak to your professionals in your corner. For me, it's walking. I have no intention of doing any sort of CrossFit or anything insanely hard. I can't even really do Pilates because I have arthritis in my wrists. Again, I don't know. Nobody really told me that that might be a side effect of menopause. You know, I suspect I might have had it before that, so I can't really blame menopause for that. However, it has certainly acted up since menopause. So, yeah, let's think about what's one way that you can incorporate walking into your day today. What's one way that you can start to get out there, reconnect with nature, put one foot in front of the other, and start to do something really, really great for your health. This is whether you're trying to lose weight or whether you're just trying to get more limber, whether you are trying to gain a little bit of strength, because you can gain strength too by walking. So so whether you need to lose weight, whether you just want to get more mobile again, you want to get more limber, you want to build some muscle mass, whatever your reasons, or you want to go and connect with nature, whatever your reasons, get out there today, go for a walk, connect with nature, take your puppy, or just go on your own, go with a friend, no matter what, take your 10 minutes, make it yours, make it fabulous. And thank you so much for joining us. And hopefully I will see you next time on Fab 50s Florida, where we're going to talk about being happy, being healthy, being wealthy together.